Hi everyone, this is Techno Freak here again. This is my second tutorial on working with Gimp. My first one was making your own background images, basic and simple for new people. This one I'm going to show you how to make planets on top of your backgrounds. It's really quite easy. We'll add a new layer. As you can see, I got my previous background from the previous one. Now what we'll do on this one, we'll make this layer, keep it square size, so we'll say like 400 pixels by 400 pixels. Keep it so it's transparent, click OK. Now it shows it here. Actually, cancel that. I didn't want it transparent for one reason. Because if it's transparent, this way won't work. So create your new layer. I'll list this as planet. We'll use the foreground color. Before we click it, we'll change the foreground to, let's say, like a red. Click OK there. Change this to 400 pixels by 400 pixels. When you click OK, you get a red overlay here. Now, if we change this from the gradient from our last video from foreground to transparent, we'll change it to foreground to background. Now we change the background color. You can make this any color you want. I like to use a black here. Now we take our blend tool, which I'm already on from the last video, and just come down to about it wherever you feel the colors gradients look nice. I like a little more red. There we go. Now you come up here to filters. Make sure you're still on your planet layer. Come up here to filters, and you can go to render. Now you got different kinds of planets options you can add here. I like to use different clouds because you can make it really look unique. And you'll see what I mean by when I do it. Now, once we have our cloud layer placed over the top, come back up to filters, go to map, map object, change this to severe, go to transparent background, and you got different options in here you can play with. If you look right up over here, you got the wireframe. You can uncheck that. You see this white spot right here? That's the light point. Now you can change that directional no light. It's not updating it. Oh, I didn't have update preview live. But you can see directional light there. Point of light comes more forward. Directional light's more off to the side. You can play with your lighting. No light. I always have like a directional light or a pointed light. I kind of like the directional light better. If you look at it, you get more of a shadow effect here. You got all different ambience and diffuses. You can play with this stuff to make your like rotation. This is where it gets to be a lot of fun. You're gonna actually put them on actual axes. So like there, you can just change that a little bit. You got your Y. Change that. Gives it more of a real feel for like how a planet would be. When you click OK, it'll render it down. Bingo, you just added a planet. So as you can see, you can add that planet there. Now you can add another layer. Make a new layer. Make that planet 2. And we'll make this a bigger planet. So we put this at 800 by 800. And that's pixels. Use a foreground color. Click OK. Now let's make this foreground maybe like a brown. I haven't used a real... Oh, here. I got a brown color there. And instead of going to black, let's make it go to like a red. Come up here on your gradient tool. So now we got an odd kind of a color. Some people try to do filters for making their thing and they'll do like a flame. I have a lot of issues with the flame. Um, you can see here you got a picture right here, but when I go into flame, I don't know. I get a lot of issues with how they turn out on a planet. You can see here, you can scroll through. I don't see enough. We can change the setting from same to random. Like here, click on this one. Try to get some more. I want to try to get a nice swirl. Here we go. Getting closer. Change this back to the same because I got onto the one I want. There we go. Now we click OK. Change the brightness so that it's a little bit brighter. So you can change the brightness on that. There's all different kinds of options with Gimp. Change it to there. That's pretty much all I do on there, and then click OK. I've been getting that happening once in a while, and I don't get why. What did I do wrong here? Well, let's first edit, undo flame. Well, I don't use the flame one anyway that much. When we go here to render clouds, difference, now we can change these numbers back up, make it more like it's a real close textured, scrunch them back up or space them out. And you can play with this quite a bit and make them all different. Now when you click OK, so now you get this weird textured on there. Come back up here to filters, go to map, come down to map object. You got a severe, got the light source, directional, material, orientation, change orientation to get to one that looks cool to you. Now you click OK, it'll render it. Now we can come over here to your drag tool, remove tool. And if we wanted to put this behind this one, put it about where you think you want it. You're on your big planet, got the green arrow right down here, and this will move this layer underneath. So now you can see where you can actually have that kind of an orientation of one planet behind another. There's a lot of things you can do here. As you start to learn how to use Gimp more and more, you can really get into some unique stuff. Where I like to use the fire filter is in here. I'll show you a new. Come back up on this one. Create a new layer. Let's make it 700 by 700. Make it a flame. That way we keep track of what layers we're working with. Make it a foreground color. Color for the flames really don't matter. Come down here to flame. And now let's get something that's kind of more like what you'd see in something kind of unique and odd, where it looks like an explosion happened. Change the brightness because you want it brighter. Okay, now we're on the move tool. You click on a spot that's highlighted, and see you can add this unique kind of a textured art into your pictures really simple. Then you can overlay text in here. Depending on what layer, you can make it where a planet's partially covering up your text, or this is over part of your text. You got a lot of options. So not only am I talking about planets here, I'm talking about layers. A lot of people don't understand layers. Some people do. Some people don't understand the functionality. But it's really quite simple. So now, if I drag... Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Undo move layer. Got to be right on your image. See, right now it's over the top of both of these. But if I move this layer down, now it's in between them. Now let's say I want this top planet down at the back, and I want this bigger planet out at the front. Oh, went down with it. You see, you got options, and you can make each picture look really unique. I hope this gives you some more ideas. I will continue working with Gimp and show you more different options. Especially if you're a Windows user and you like making odd stuff like this. Hey, Gimp is a very powerful tool that you can make a lot of your own planets and unique looking features for in your video. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them.